The story of Litu is shrouded in legend. His tale has been passed down through generations, whispered by the fireside and etched into the annals of history. He emerged as a beacon of hope, a figure who would rise above the chaos and bring a new dawn to his people. Estonia in the 13th century was a land divided, fragmented into numerous small tribes, each with its own leader. The land was a patchwork of alliances and enmities. Small tribes were constantly at war, fighting over territory, resources, and honor. The land was soaked in the blood of countless battles. Litu refused to let this stand. He saw the futility of these endless conflicts and the suffering they brought to his people. He dreamt of a united Estonia, a land where people could live in harmony and work together for a common future. He yearned for peace and prosperity for his people, envisioning a time when families could thrive without the constant threat of war. Little is known about Litu's early life. He grew up in a small village surrounded by the natural beauty of southern Estonia. We know he was born into a small tribe in southern Estonia, a place where he learned the values of community and resilience. He quickly learned the art of war, mastering the skills needed to defend his people and lead them in battle. He became known for his strength and courage, earning the respect and admiration of those around him. He also possessed a sharp mind, understanding the importance of strategy and planning in achieving his goals. He understood strategy and tactics. Litu's wisdom impressed everyone, and his ability to think ahead set him apart from other leaders. He often spoke of unity, believing that only by coming together could the people of Estonia hope to build a better future. He believed a divided Estonia would fall, vulnerable to both internal strife and external threats. He knew the dangers posed by invaders, understanding that only a united front could protect their homeland from those who sought to conquer it. His words resonated with the people, who were tired of the constant fighting and longed for a leader who could bring them together. They saw in him a leader they could trust. Litu's rise had begun, and with it, the hope for a united and prosperous Estonia. He would shape the destiny of Estonia, leaving a legacy that would be remembered for generations to come. Imagine a land of dense forests and shimmering lakes. This was ancient Estonia, a land of raw beauty, but also a land of strife. Estonian tribes were fiercely independent. They often fought over resources and land. The tribes lacked a central authority. They were vulnerable to outside threats. And threats were brewing. To the west, a new power was on the rise. The Christian Crusaders. They sought to expand their dominion. Their eyes fell on Estonia. The Crusaders saw Estonia as pagan land. They believed it was their duty to conquer and convert. This was a clash of cultures, a collision of beliefs. The stage was set for a confrontation. Litu was different. He saw the bigger picture. He understood the danger posed by the Crusaders. He knew the tribes had to unite or perish. He began to travel the land. He spoke to the elders and chieftains. Litu was a compelling speaker. He spoke of a shared heritage. He appealed to their sense of kinship. He warned them of the consequences of division. Slowly, he began to win their trust. Litu's reputation grew. He was no longer just a warrior. He had become a diplomat, a leader. He understood the power of words. He knew that true strength lay in unity. The Crusaders were a formidable force. They were heavily armed, highly organized. They had already conquered lands to the south. They brought with them a new religion, Christianity, and a new way of life. The Crusaders demanded conversion. They built fortresses. They imposed their rule on the local population. Resistance was met with brutality. Many Estonians feared for their way of life, their freedom, their very existence. Litu knew he had to act fast. He had to rally his people. He had to prepare them for the inevitable conflict. The fate of Estonia hung in the balance. Section 5. Uniting the tribes. Litu's task was not easy. The tribes had long-standing rivalries. Suspicions ran deep. He traveled from village to village. He shared his vision of a united Estonia. He appealed to their sense of pride. Litu was a charismatic leader. He inspired the people. He reminded them of their shared heritage, their common enemy. Slowly but surely, he started to break down the barriers between the tribes. Litu's efforts began to bear fruit. Tribes started to pledge their allegiance. They agreed to put aside their differences. They recognized the gravity of the threat. For the first time in generations, Estonia began to unite. Section 6. Litu's strategic brilliance. Litu knew he could not defeat the Crusaders in open battle. They were too strong, too well equipped. Their armor gleamed under the sun and their swords were sharp and deadly. He had to use his knowledge of the land to his advantage. He devised a plan that would turn the very terrain into his ally. Litu decided to wage a guerrilla war, a war of stealth and cunning where the shadows would be his soldiers. He would use the forests as his cover. The dense foliage would hide his movements and the trees would be his sentinels. He would launch surprise attacks, striking swiftly and then melting back into the forest, leaving the Crusaders bewildered and demoralized. He would disrupt the Crusader supply lines. Without food and reinforcements, their strength would wane. He would make it impossible for them to gain a foothold. The terrain would become their enemy, every step a struggle. Litu trained his men in the art of camouflage. They learned to blend into their surroundings, becoming invisible to the untrained eye. He taught them how to use the terrain to their advantage. Every rock, every tree, every shadow became a tool in their arsenal. He instilled in them the importance of discipline and patience. They learned to wait for the perfect moment to strike. He prepared them for a long and arduous struggle, a struggle that would test their endurance and their resolve. But Litu knew that with their determination and his strategy, they could outlast the Crusaders. They would fight not just with their swords, but with their minds and their hearts. Section 7. The Battle of Viljandi. The Crusaders, led by the powerful Bishop of Riga, marched on Viljandi. Viljandi was a strategic stronghold. Whoever controlled Viljandi controlled southern Estonia. Litu knew he had to make a stand. The Battle of Viljandi was a clash of civilizations. The Crusaders, clad in heavy armor, fought with ruthless efficiency. The Estonians, armed with axes and spears, fought with the fury of men defending their homeland. The battle raged for hours. The outcome was uncertain. Litu, a whirlwind of fury, fought with incredible courage. He inspired his men to fight on, but the Crusaders were relentless. They were slowly gaining the upper hand. Section 8. Litu's sacrifice. Litu realized the situation was dire. The Estonians were outnumbered, outmatched. He knew he had to buy them time to regroup, to live to fight another day. He made a fateful decision. Litu gathered his most trusted warriors. He ordered them to retreat. He would hold off the Crusaders. He knew it was a suicide mission, but he did not hesitate. He was prepared to give his life for his people. Litu's warriors, their hearts heavy with grief, obeyed their leader's command. They melted into the forest. Litu, with a roar of defiance, charged into the heart of the Crusader army. He fought like a man possessed. Section 9. The Legacy of a Hero. Litu's last stand was a testament to his courage, his selflessness. He fought until his last breath. His sacrifice bought precious time. The Estonian tribes were able to regroup. They continued the fight for their freedom. Litu's name became a rallying cry. He became a legend, a symbol of Estonian resistance against all odds. His story was passed down through generations. He became an integral part of Estonian folklore. Litu's legacy extends beyond his military exploits. He is remembered as a unifier, a leader who brought his people together. He showed them the strength of unity, the importance of defending their land, their culture. Section 10. Litu in Estonian culture. Estonia, a land rich in history and tradition, holds the story of Litu close to its heart. Litu's story continues to resonate with Estonians today. His legacy is woven into the very fabric of Estonian culture, celebrated and remembered by people of all ages. He is seen as a national hero, a symbol of the indomitable spirit of the Estonian people. His bravery and determination have become a beacon of hope and pride for the nation. His image adorns stamps, medals, public squares. These symbols serve as daily reminders of his contributions and the values he stood for. Every year, Estonians celebrate Litu's Day, a day to remember his sacrifice, to celebrate their heritage, and to honor the enduring spirit of their ancestors. On this day, they reaffirm their commitment to their independence, laying flowers at monuments and participating in various cultural activities. Litu's story is a reminder that even the smallest nation can resist tyranny. His tale is a testament to the power of unity and the strength of a collective will. Litu's tale is not just a story of war, it is a story of hope, of resilience, and of the enduring human spirit. It is a story of hope, of resilience, of the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity. It teaches the younger generation the importance of courage and perseverance. The inspirational landscape of Estonia mirrors the resilience of its people. Through historical reenactments, they relive the challenges and triumphs of their past. It is a story that continues to inspire Estonians and people all over the world. Visitors from different cultures come to Estonia to learn about Litu and to be inspired by his legacy. Section 11. Conclusion. The enduring spirit of Litu. Litu's tale is a powerful reminder of the importance of courage, unity, and sacrifice. He gave his life for his people. He showed the world that even the smallest nation can stand up to tyranny. His legacy continues to inspire. Litu's story is a beacon of hope. It reminds us that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. Hope for freedom, hope for a better future. Litu's spirit lives on in the hearts of the Estonian people and in the annals of history.